If you've ever been in a nativity play, the events we have just told you about are probably pretty familiar to you. But they aren't events that stand just alone by themselves. No, they're part of a much bigger set of events that link back to the beginning of everything and forward to forever. The story of Jesus' birth is like a chapter in a much bigger story. It is the important turning point of the story. But the story starts all the way back at the very beginning of time. The story starts all the way back with the creation of the world, when God made men and women to love him and each other and the world he had created. This first chapter also tells us about when the serpent tempted the first man and woman to turn their backs on that love. But even though they've turned their backs on God, he kept loving them and promised that he would send someone to crush the power of evil. Then there's the chapter of the story that goes back to Abraham, whom God chose to be the father of a nation through whom he would bless the whole world. There's the chapter where God made a promise to that nation that one day he would send them a king even better than their best king, David, to set up God's own kingdom for everyone on earth. Jesus, the baby born to Mary, fulfilled all these promises, just as the angel said. Descended from David, he was God's own son and sent to crush the power of evil. But that was just the beginning of the world-changing event that started with his birth. For there is a lot more to the story. We can go forward to the chapter with a grown-up Jesus who took away the sickness and suffering from people that Adam and Eve had brought into the world. When he healed the sick and fed the hungry, he showed us what God's kingdom is like. We can go forward to his death, where his sacrifice defeated the power of evil by taking away the shame, guilt, and punishment for every wrong thing that anyone would ever do. We can go forward to his resurrection from the dead, where when Jesus died and then came back to life, he showed us that he could make it so that we can live forever. We can go forward to his ascension, where he reigns at God's side. And we can go forward to the coming of his Holy Spirit, who lives inside everyone who follows him and helps them to live like he said. Finally, it links forward even further, still through 2,000 years of history, to you and to me. And then beyond to eternity, when God will make a new heaven and a new earth, where he will be our King forever.